The weather is changing. For some of you, it's starting to get a little chilly out there, so I thought we'd put together an acorn squash tuna noodle casserole. It's a grown-up take on a childhood classic, and I think you guys are gonna really enjoy it. I've got one nice big acorn squash. I'm gonna go ahead, cut that in half and seed it. Then you just want to grab yourself a big spoon, get all of these seeds out, and you can either roast them in the oven if you'd like to keep them, or of course you could just discard them as well. I'm going to put this squash in the oven with just a little bit of olive oil, salt, and pepper. We're gonna give that squash about 30 minutes in the oven or until it's fully cooked through and a bit golden on top. I'll see you back and then we'll put everything together. Our squash is sitting in the oven. It's nice and golden brown. I'm gonna chop up a few more things before we're ready to get working on our filling. So I've got one small yellow onion. We'll just give that a nice small dice. Let's move on to some sage. So this is the easy part. I'm gonna take a bowl. I have my orzo that I cooked previously. Go ahead and put that in there. And we're just gonna mix all of the remaining ingredients. So we have our half cup of cooked orzo, about a half cup of canned mushrooms, half cup of peas, garden peas, fresh, and into the bowl those go. We have our 1 can of tinned tuna. You can totally use fresh tuna as well. This is something that I really like to do when we have like a skipjack or something like that we've caught on the line. I typically only use that fish for tuna salads or cooked dishes like this. Go ahead, fillet it up, cook it in a pan, and then you can put the same amount in here. It's about a half a cup when it comes down to it. Our onions. And sage and thyme, all in this bowl. Give it a nice good mix. Next in line is our almond base. I've talked about this before. I use Joy almond base or cashew base, either or. It just makes a really nice creamy dish. You can of course make your own using just water and cashews or water and almonds, but I just find this easy. It's nice and thick. I don't have to worry about it. We're gonna do about 4 tablespoons of this base. And then of course, if you wanna make this completely vegan, just skip out on the tuna. That's all you have to do. You'll still have a really nice stuffed squash. Okay, that is perfect. And then last but not least, we have a half a cup of vegan Parmesan. Let's give it one last good mix. So these are the 2 acorn squash halves. I've got my stuffing here. And it's as simple as just going and fill each half. Now the amount of filling could easily fill 2 squash if you'd like, depending on how big your acorn squash is, of course. I'm just gonna take an oven-safe dish, go ahead and stick that on my pan, take the rest of my filling, place it in there. These are almost ready to get back into the oven. I have a mixture of panko breadcrumbs and then a bit of the vegan Parmesan cheese. Also a tiny bit of oil just to stick the 2 together, make it a little bit easier to top these with. Once the squash is topped, we're gonna turn our broiler on low and put these in for 20 minutes or until we have a golden crust on top. Our squash is out of the oven. It's ready to get on the table. You can smell the sage. It has all these fall flavors. I'm super excited to try it, and I hope you guys are too. Let me know what you think in the comments below. See you next week.